Welcome, all my aliens, apes, and zombies. It's Crypto Novo 311. And man, we have a big show for us Sunday night. It's 10 o'clock p.m. in Chicago right now. And we're going to have tons of fun. Spotted Bikini, we're just going to bring her on right now. It has been such a long time since I've talked to her. She has been in New York, and she's finally back in the islands. Spotted Bikini, how are we doing this evening?
Storm's coming in.
Ooh, storm's coming. Yes, you have a storm brewing in the Big Island. So, it probably rains a lot there, huh? I believe we might have a delay. Is there a delay because the storm's coming in? And are you having a delay with our communications?
Let's turn up this volume.
All right, so we're going to try to clear up communications with her. We're going to leave her on because we also have some more live action coming on with our good friend Fran, who is going to be minting with us tonight. And you know what? Fran came to mind because I was digging through my CryptoPunks here and my favorite NFTs. I was digging through them, and what I saw going through the punks that are for sale, first of all, floor punks are coming down just a little bit. But what I saw is another purple-haired punk sell. And most recently, just an hour ago, if you want some more live action for you, a punk sold right here. Let's see what punk number that is. Number 3769. Boom, sold to Jack Butcher himself right here. So shout out. He said he bought on the dip an hour ago. Much love. Look at that. 134 people enjoyed the new punk owner right there. I have dove in to even deeper to find my favorite purple hair that just sold. Look at this nice, beautiful one 4 hours ago with the 3D glasses. But if you look, the can be a little harsh because if you look at this punk sold right here for 32 Ethereum, scrolling down here, it was bought for 32 Ethereum, but look what it was bought for back then. So you can see how much the price of Ethereum's come down. $134,000, now down to $88,000. But you don't really lose it unless you actually sell the Ethereum in this case. But if you look even further back, May 6th, sold for over $200,000. That was just May 6th. And we're seeing this turnaround coming quick. But we're going to talk about some more purple hair coming up right now. My good friend, Fran. Fran, how are we doing this evening?
Doing good. Good to see you.
So what are we going to be talking about? What are we going to be minting here? I noticed that you changed your avatar on your Twitter here.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, we're minting a Gulu, and as you can see right there, Gulu reached out to me a couple weeks back, and they asked me if I had any interest in receiving some early NFTs from them or anything like this. I said, yeah, I'm definitely interested, but I didn't even think about it. I kind of it was in the back of my brain. And yesterday, someone DM'd me asking if I'd ever seen this project, and I saw these little cute characters, and I was like, yes, I have seen this project. They reached out to me a couple weeks back, and sure enough, I looked at my wallet, and they made me a character based off of my CryptoPunk. So
yeah, isn't it Spotted Bikini? Isn't that pretty neat? We've had some done on us, and look at even in their little picture captions up there, we have Sneaker Punks, and they have it right in there, featured just for you. I love the avatar look. I mean, it caught my eye. As soon as you changed that avatar, I was DMing you. I was just like, hey, what's going on with this? What's the latest? I want to stay 2 steps ahead of the game. You're 2 steps ahead of the game. How about you tell us about these cute little things here?
Yes, I really like the character design, like I said, and actually earlier today I minted my first one, and it turned out to be pretty rare traits and stuff like this. I was super excited. He's right there. He's one of I think 5 or 6 with the orange. I think orange slime is what it's called, the body type, and so very rare trait. And even the little skull cap right there was very, very rare as well. So I was super excited about this.
So you have the
and
sailor. They have the sailor bandana at 2%. You have the steampunk jacket at 3%. You have the orange slime body at 4%. This is the first time I'm saying this. I like when I look at the properties and see like that because it shows the traits. It shows that there's some thought behind it. It adds to the collectability of it, and you know it. And just it passes the eye test. I mean, they're very attractive to the eye. Spotted Bikini. What do you think about these? Some island delay. Look at that with the rainstorm coming in. I think I could actually hear it in the background.
Right.
All right. So how do we go about minting some of these things? Oh, look at this. There's one for Gary right here, number 17. So is this something that you can possibly get when you mint it?
No, I think they had a bunch of promotional ones under roughly 30, or all like promotional ones and stuff like this. Like mine was number 15, for example. And then they have some like blank samples that were like 0 and 1. So a lot of the earlier numbers are all like promo samples from what I could gather, it looks like. And slightly past that is where the minting started yesterday. And
I see.
so yeah.
Yours, since it's a specialized one, a tribute one. Man, look at that. You have a tribute one. That's pretty sweet. They needed to put maybe some sneakers on you, but maybe that's phase 2. So that you don't have the attribute classes built in it. Which makes it good because it's unique because they're having their own style, which it shows in there. And let's see, with the actual, I think I have it on another page here. Yes. So we have 141 items right now. So is that number going up because you have to mint them, correct?
Yeah, the more they get minted, the more they appear on there and stuff like this. So like when I minted mine was 140, and I saved the next minting for the show. And actually, the person right after me got that zombie right there. Very awesome.
Oh man! Please don't hold it against me. You know.
No, it's fine.
That's why none of this is any financial advice because you guys got to do what you got to do because the timings are always right. You know, I've had CryptoPunk owners asking me to come on and mint. Or not mint, but buy a CryptoPunk live. And, you know, I'm like, hey, you do what you do because sometimes those things fly off the shelf and you miss the one you actually want.
It is true. Yeah, I had something like that happen to me today. I sold my Bored Ape and I was going to buy another one. 2 minutes after I sold my ape, the one I wanted sold. So I'm going to keep looking for the next one that I want. But yeah.
Oh, see, you got sniped there, it sounds like, huh?
Exactly.
Oh, man. Let's see.
But yeah. I'm going to go ahead and start up this minting because it does take a few minutes anyways.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and mint this now on my laptop, and then you have my OpenSeas there. So once it appears, we'll go from there. So I'm excited. I'm nervous. Let's see how it goes here. So
nothing like a live minting. I mean, I get nervous for it, you know. And so all right, so he has it set up on his laptop right here. So he's gonna do it. I have the OpenSeas account on my end, right? Where's your total OpenSeas account? Right about here. So we'll be able to see recently listed. We don't need that. We need to see recently received. So I've recently received on my screen. You know, it might take a couple minutes depending on how fast the Ethereum's going right now. But we will be able to see this arrive into your account here.
I'm already seeing some technical difficulties. So give me a second here.
No problem. I mean, we're dealing with live Twitch. We're dealing live action minting here, so by all means, it might take a couple minutes. And sometimes I've had transaction get stuck. I've had Punk's transaction get stuck. We're talking about multi Ethereum transactions get stuck, received. So there's looking at right here. The Gulu's right here, 140 was the prior one that just came up.
Huh. It's saying pending, but it's showing that I spent 0 on it, so that doesn't seem too promising as though it worked. Let me try another transaction just in case. Refresh it real quick.
Little recap. We're here with Spotted Bikini from the islands, just back from New York.
Here we go.
We
It's
are
now
minting live right now.
okay. This one should work. So it's pending, and yeah, we'll see it here shortly.
So right now we're in Fran's owned account right here. Recently listed, we're going to go to recently received. This is the one that he got just recently. So he created, these are the sales of one of his Bored Apes that he sold today. Oh, I saw, actually, I think I saw the person who actually posted this one that he actually bought this one. I thought this was a pretty sweet one. I'm like, where did I see this before? I liked how it had the obviously sailor hat and then also the skeleton shirt. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I've had that guy for about a month and a couple days, and so
Visionary.
Yeah.
You know, a month and a couple days in the crypto world, you know, everything almost gets converted into almost like dog years, where it's actually 1 year is equal to 7 dog years. So, I mean, you've had that thing for pretty much like a year's time. That's saying 2 steps ahead of the game. Because, I mean, what's the floor on these things now? I mean, they're like at like 1.4, correct?
Yeah, what I sold at was the floor at that time, 1.44.
So
I-
1.44 for the floor. Oh man, I 100% missed the boat on those. I originally liked them, but I just such a CryptoPunk maximalist. I try to collect as much as I can. I 100% missed the boat on the. I missed the yacht, I should say. But I mean, I can always hop in. However, I mean, I got to make that money. I got to still work that 9 to 5 to get some more Ethereum to be able to ape into one of those Bored Apes. But I think they're cool. I think the movement and the popularity of it is neat. It's creating some more conversation around the NFT movement. It's creating a more ecosystem behind the NFT movement here. And let's see if we have anything recently created. Ooh, I thought it was going to pop up right now, but we have both of yours, your tribute piece right here, number 15, and the one you minted prior. What are you seeing on your end?
So for whatever the reason, my first transaction, it showed as if I had 0 Matic, which is like the chain that it's on. So it's trying to process it for 0, and that's freezing up the actual transaction for it. And I'm trying to like cancel that transaction so that the real transaction can go, because right now it says it's in the queue. So technical difficulties here at this point, but yeah.
Technical difficulties, people really good at fixing some technical difficulties here. Video game freak just logged on. Maybe you could talk us through this, and if not, it would be a good transition. We have some other friends holding on the line, GT Press, all right, and Robbie. They're coming in with their friend Aaron as well. Video game freak, are you there? I hear. Are you in the car? First of all, are you driving? What's going on?
Yeah, apologies. Still commuting, and unfortunately wasn't able to make it home in time before the stream started. So, sorry for the little bit of a delay. But what technical difficulties were you all having?
All right, Fran. So why don't you? Somewhat common. So when you have a transaction go through on the Ethereum blockchain, sometimes when the transaction doesn't get through, it gets stuck. So you have to either pump it full of gas to either push it through or cancel the transaction. So that's why it's always a good heads up, which Fran did, is to always have a little bit of extra left in there. You don't want to, if something costs 1 Ethereum, you don't want to put that 1 Ethereum towards it, because you won't have enough money for the gas transaction. So Fran, why don't you explain a little bit what's happening? So, just kind of help the viewers at home, because it is somewhat of a common occurrence that does happen when you're buying something on blockchain technology.
Yeah, so this is on the Matic network, and I just got an error code, so hopefully this means that first transaction got canceled. We'll see here shortly, but the first transaction, I noticed when I clicked it, it's supposed to say that the minting is 120 Matic, but it said 0. And so I thought that was a little weird, but I was like, oh, that's maybe a glitch, and I clicked OK on it. And in doing so, I started a transaction that was never meant to work. It's not going to work for 0 Matic. So once I realized that, I refreshed, and sure enough, it showed the proper price of 120. I did that transaction, so that official transaction is in the queue, and it's now being clogged behind this pending transaction for 0. So I'm waiting for that to clear up, basically.
Well, and you phrased that really well, right? Like, I think it's important to remember that everything on the blockchain happens in blocks. And
Yeah.
so everything has to be processed in the order that it is executed. And so when you have an order like that, where you have a pending order for, even if it's, say Zeromatic, and then it's canceled, that has to be processed before your next transaction is able to be processed and go through. So
Yeah.
that's where a lot of that kind of quote unquote holdup is. And I mean, especially on Ethereum, it's like that, where those blocks can actually take quite a while. There's really no recourse, waiting for it. There are some, tips and tricks that you can do, like clearances and, refreshing your MetaMask or whatever your, wallet may be. But a transaction, yeah, you kind of got to wait it out.
Yeah.
So
That's where I'm at right now. I went to speed up the cancellation, so I paid that fee to speed it up. So we'll see if that helps.
now, is that paid in Manic or is that paid in Ethereum? Just out of
Uh,
curiosity.
It says Ethereum, which is kind of weird to me considering this is on the Matic network, but I guess I'll find out here shortly.
But yeah, I believe it's pushed through on the Ethereum blockchain. Well, you know what the best thing about having lots of friends is bringing them in to help talk about other things while we are waiting for other things to happen. So, all right, GT Press. I'm going to bring GT Press in first. All right. We got him lined up with a filter just a while back. So I'm going to start creating more content with GT Press in the next coming days to help a cause here. GT Press, why don't you talk about the cause real quick?
Hey, so what's up? I'm GT Press. So I have a little bit of technical difficulties also with the Snapchat lens, AR lens. It's been pretty sweet working with Crypto Nova and Holo to get that going. But unfortunately, I also had really tight deadlines today and only just got here in time, so I didn't have quite enough time to get it ready for on stream. But it's been really cool. We've been working on a lot of really interesting stuff. On one side, developing the AR lenses, Crypto Nova has a really sweet example. So to spot a bikini, it's really awesome to see that in action. Looking forward to getting my own. It's kind of a work in progress. So shortly, maybe in the next stream. But you opened with a question, and I think I forgot in my intro.
So, all right, we're working to collaborate together. I have extreme interest in bringing to light cool projects from cool people, and this one has such a direct purpose that it should be brought to the limelight. And I want to get as many people in on this to view this as possible. And why don't you take it away with a little bit about where kind of press you've gotten just recently in your home state of Washington and Olympia in general?
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, so basically, like I can't take credit for this at all. First off, this is absolutely Earth Homes is the name of the company that's been doing this amazing work. I'm just the weirdo that found out about them, to be honest. I found out about them and I was like, whoa, this is a cool project. They actually like are doing really amazing work for homelessness issues and providing shelters for people. And here in Washington, it's like pouring rain in June. So, we have a lot of, the homeless people really deal with really hard circumstances sometimes. And they had this mitigation site set up at in downtown Olympia. And I saw this Como News article and I was like, holy snap. And I read it, I watched the video, and I saw down at the Port of Olympia, I actually got to volunteer one day myself. And they were building these micro shelters to replace the tents that the city had set up in order to have an emergency transitional housing situation, so that if someone wanted to transition out of homelessness and into a better circumstance, they would go into this mitigation site, and then they would get in these tents, and then they would have an opportunity to connect with various different social services in local Olympia. But there were these tents, and they were on pallets, and there was rats, and it was dirty, and it was trashy, and it really wasn't just a very good solution. So in comes Earth Homes, and really rad crew. I just met them, but they're like young, they're ambitious, they're awesome, and it's not just young people involved, but the leaders are young, and they've been doing this really amazing work where they're building these micro shelters and replacing the tents at the mitigation site in downtown Olympia to make it easier for those who are in need to have this opportunity to outcreate their circumstances. They have access to like a caseworker, food, a warm place to sleep, a locking door, and that's a big deal. Like as someone who's personally experienced homelessness before, like having a warm place to sleep, especially in the Pacific Northwest, or as we like to call it, Cascadia, that's really important. And also the ability to have security around your physical objects, because as we know, mental illness and drugs kind of permeate homelessness communities, and that causes a lot of social issues, and there's a lot of theft and drugs, and it's not really safe. So if you're someone experiencing homelessness and you want to transition from a destitute situation, and you're on your way up, you want to do something, you can get connected through the Emergency Transitional Housing Project in downtown Olympia. Earth Homes just made it way awesomer, and with their micro shelter project, and I'm sure they'll love to talk your ear off about that. But yeah,
we actually do have some other of your we actually do have some of your friends here. We have Aaron and Robbie on. Do you want a little intro for them and bring me up to a little bit of speed with how they work into this puzzle, so we can help as many people as possible?
Yeah. Okay. So basically, I just found out about them through the Como News article, and just started messaging them. I was all over them. I was like, all right, I'm gonna look at their Facebook. I'm gonna look at all their social media stuff, their YouTube, and check them out and like see what's up. And I started messaging them, and they're really responsive and really cool people. And they were like, yeah, we're more than happy to talk to you about the work that we're doing, and like, please come get involved. And so we, I went down to the port and volunteered and built a couple micro shelters. And I was like, hey, I'm doing this weird thing on Twitter. Let me tell you about crypto. Let me tell you about NFTs. And like, maybe, just maybe, this is a crew of people that might be interested in what you're doing down at the port, and moving forward. And so yeah, Earth Homes, it's Aaron Sauerhoff and Robbie Verdante. Did I pronounce your last name right?
Close enough, yeah.
All right, so we got Robbie right here, and we also have Aaron as well. So you guys are from Earth Homes. Is this correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I mean, first of all, awesome. I love what you guys are doing. This is like cool stuff. When
Thanks, yeah.
when GT reached out to me, the first thing I do, and if you can't tell, I like to think of cool things. I don't know if that always works out, but like getting these AR filters going, linking up with Spotted Bikini and getting, one of the first CryptoPunk models going, getting Fran going with some live minting. I just want to get other cool things going with cool people. So we wanted to think big and how we can help as many people and kind of make this its own sustainable resource here, because it's such a great idea to help someone. And if we can get the NFT community behind it, it can get big and fast. So how about you break down maybe what the NFT community can do, and maybe it's almost like a live brainstorming session of how we can get this message out there and get the wheels moving on something that could be very positive for a lot of people.
Yeah, so I'll go if that's cool with you, Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, GT, for that crazy, flattering introduction for us. It was, so where to start. We started doing this project. The city came to us in like November of last year and asked us if we would be project managers to build 60 of these 8x8 insulated. Well, they weren't insulated when they pitched them to us, but we changed the design a lot. Aaron changed the design a lot. Basically kind of like tiny homes so that people can, like GT said, get out of the rain, get some security and privacy, and have a sense of like belongingness in your own space. And so we took their design, which was started out as, we don't call them this, but they were inspired by a chicken coop. And we're like, okay, how can we make this a little bit more dignified for people to occupy and move up from? How can people get out of the cycle of poverty through this? And so we spent like 7 months. We finally made our final delivery a week and a half ago. And so the mitigation site in down Olympia is like a square block that this is, and they put all these tents up in it, and people were living in there and just kind of struggling. It was really kind of violent. Like, people in Olympia would go around and not really spend time in that part of town anymore. And the homelessness issue in Olympia is just like affecting everybody. It's getting really wild, and part of it is because it's not as punished here. People come here from other places for resources and like good water, and we're just really overwhelmed. So we're like, okay, we need to shift everything and figure out how we can make this work in our culture, in our community. And so one of the things that we did was make 5 extra units, and one of them we're going to put in the Olympia Farmers Market, which is like right across the street from where we built all the shelters at the port. And I don't know how many people a week go to the farmers market, but it's like a high traffic area. It's like a token landmark of Olympia. It's like a hangout. It's a really, really busy place on weekends. And so we had these extra buildings, and we're like, okay, art needs to go in these, duh. And we got at least one local artist. We're working on getting a native artist, and even like just a few people to draw murals on the side. Just kind of like to give them some light, engage people, and having them out in the public will also help people get a sense of what it's like to be at the mitigation site. It'll take some of the mystery out. It'll help people get access to what that space is like and help connect the two sort of ends of the spectrum of socioeconomic existence in our community, and hopefully bring people together.
You're trying to find the equality, and that's what the easiest way that we can hopefully bridge this gap. And at the same time that GT was talking about it, was the same time that when I was just doing my normal, looking around at cool stuff, Go Patio had this live art. I'm like, I want my punk on a side of a wall. That'd be cool. But there was more behind it. His was actually to support charity as well. And what he did to support charity is he did live art, physical art on the side of a building, and the building is actually going to be torn down. He's going to take a piece of that brick for physical artwork that he's going to send to the person. He's going to mint it, and then if you buy the mint as well, then it goes to charity. And I says, you know what, this is a perfect idea for these mini homes, these mini shelters, is use the shelters to find CryptoPunk owners, to find Bored Ape owners, to find, Fran, maybe when he's done with these Gulus, maybe to get a bikini, to get someone to do a tribute of Spotted Bikini. And then all of a sudden, we'll get a smile on Aaron's face over here because we'll get some notoriety to these shelters, and hopefully people in the NFT community will be paying with minted sides on these shelters. Aaron, how do you work into this equation?
Yeah, hey everyone. Thanks for having us. Robbie does a really nice introduction to the project. My name is Aaron. I started this company about 3 years ago. The burning desire to bridge the gap between the massive need for housing and the inaccessibility of housing with the other graphs that I kept studying and about rate of carbon increase in our atmosphere and the rate of species extinction per day, things like all the environmental impacts. Trying to bridge the gap between the environmental impact of our building system and the socioeconomic impact that it can have. So this project that came up from the city was just perfect. I mean, they reached out. They're like, "Hey, Aaron, we've heard you talking for years about things like this. You've shared some ideas with us that have really, think would be really aligned for this project and this opportunity. Are you down for it?" My team, everyone was like, "Absolutely, let's do it." And so now that we just delivered the final one, there's still things that these need. I mean, a locking door and a dry roof, a safe place to sleep and get some good rest is great. It's an amazing first start. First of all, there's 23,000 people in Washington State alone that are currently shelterless. That's not cool. About 570,000 nationwide, and 1,200 just in Olympia. So 60 is scratching the surface. We know that, and the goal with these transitional units is to be transitional. It's to provide us, a locking doors list, an opportunity to get some good nights of rest, regain straight awareness and consciousness, get connected to the layers of case management and services, to get up on your feet and work your way towards an employment program or SSI, or get connected to the VA if you came back from war and they dropped you on your ass. There's lots of reasons why people end up stuck on the streets, and sometimes you just need a little bit of a boost. So this project is a great starting point, but it needs a lot more to be really effective. First off, every one of these units needs a bed frame and a mattress and some sheets and a heater and some electricity and a USB outlet, and then we need more of these units. We need more of these villages. The cities and the counties, states, they have so much land, and they want a plan. They need a plan. They have all this funding coming in from the federal government. They need a plan of action, and they're willing to donate the land and help build the shelters, but they need some more private support. They need more support from.
I think it would be really cool to even think bigger than that. I was even talking with some other people within the community with even making it larger. What if we were able to find a way to actually mint each one and put each one of these shelters on the blockchain and almost give ownership to the shelterless? So they would actually, they would receive ownership of it, and they would be able to possibly trade it. They'd possibly be able to sell it. They'd possibly show ownership to them, and it gives them some dignity. Like, hey, you know what? I actually own this. I'm going to take care of this. I'm going to upkeep this, because when it's time for me to move on, and I have maybe something that has a little bit stronger foundation, then I'll be able to pass this on to someone else, show them the blockchain technology that could be the solution. Because if we do something simple like this could be the foundation of something huge that can go even larger. And I've spoken with GT that, there are other cities that are getting wind of this and are getting ear of this. If we can use simple blockchain technology to cut the costs, to possibly bring in some maybe of the wealthier type in the crypto world, this could be tax deductible for them very easily. they can get something very cool minted on the side of a wall that maybe they want to promote. You know, maybe if it's not a CryptoPunk, maybe it's a Meebit. You know, maybe it's an NFT pair of shoes that they want to show off to get some notoriety. And the more people that you bring the light to it, the cooler things, people notice cool things. It adds color to it. There are street artists there that want to do it. You know, get a GT press, you know, get CryptoPunk 3739 on one of the walls. You know, get Video Game Freak with some of his baby punks on the walls. And then all of a sudden it's a tumbleweed that just grows and grows and grows. Small snowball effect into a snowman. Everyone's happy when they see a snowman. That's my goal, is to bring a voice to it. I'm going to donate as much time as I can to it. I'll be here for you guys voice-wise. GT Press, anything you want to say about the project, about anything we can do? I mean, this is like almost a live meeting moving forward. Anything you can add to the conversation?
Absolutely. Thanks for tossing my way. I appreciate the mic. Yeah, you really did a great job of laying it out. We started talking about this Crypto Novo and I, and we were like, what if like a homeless person could like own the artwork or their, and I think these were your words, Crypto Novo. I want to appreciate credit you for this idea.
Ours.
Like,
Crypto Novo is a community. It's not one person. It's everyone. It's all the aliens, apes, and zombies. It's your word. It's Spakini's word.
Hey.
It's Fran's word. It's GT's. It's Video Game Freak's word. It's Robbie's word. It's Aaron's word. It's all of us. That's what makes it great. That's why it's the NFT community. And you can't spell community without unity.
Word. And yeah, that's what this whole thing's kind of like. It's distributed identities, right? That's the whole avatars is. And you know, I'm not like a bored ape. If you look at my my logo, I'm not a bored ape. But you know, there is a bored
I know
ape.
exactly what you are. People, smart people know what you are. It's pretty cryptic.
So I'm really excited to like maybe see if we can entertain these bored apes, or if we can engage some of the CryptoPunks, which are already hot on the beat of what's going on here. But you know, these micro shelters, like, how cool would it be to combine art with you know, this social purpose initiative? This is a really beautiful thing that's happening here. And Robbie and I were spitballing, and Robbie's like, oh yeah, let's like get these at the farmers market so they have high visibility. And then my mind just like exploded, because you know, I'm shit posting on Twitter and looking at NFTs and looking at all the cool stuff, and I was like, oh my god. And then Crypto Nova showed me the that amazing project happening in what was it, where was that at? Who's the
There's
guy again?
multiple. I mean, there's one kind of close to you. There's one in Wyoming where they're minting houses. There's one in Detroit where they're minting houses. Obviously, Miami, they're minting houses. So it's happening. The technology is out there. If we can bring those companies to us, they have the technology to do it. It's a tax write-off for them. And we're providing great service. And, you know, there are people that need a lock with 4 walls and a ceiling. You know, it's not asking for much.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about that project with the CryptoPunks on the side of the wall. I think it was maybe Minnesota, where they're doing that charity on the for the, yeah, that one. There we go. The MagnaPunks. Well, you showed me this project, and we both got really excited at the same time. I shared it with Robbie, and we're like, whoa, what if we can get CryptoPunks on the side of the micro shelters? What if we get Bored Apes on the side of the micro shelters? Meebits, you know, the small avatars that are kind of coming around these days. There's so much happening, and you know, we could do a lot with bringing awareness to both the NFT space and how powerful that is. I mean, just look at the amazing work that Justin Aversano is doing. You know, there's so many like new paradigms of social purpose initiatives, fundraising that can happen through this, because art is solidarity. And,
so my thought, not to cut you off, my thought on that is when it's at the farmers market, GT, when it's at the farmers market, you get the street artists to come in there. You do almost the live painting rendering that we just did on the side that you just saw there, that MGO Patio just did. So that's something that the people that is minted can have, you know, and it's right there on the side the patio, on the side of the shelter, just like MG Patio had. Then people could see it lively constructed with the artist right there. And there's 4 exterior walls. Then you have the 4 interior walls. Then you get your drone going out there, and you put maybe the GT stamp right on the roof of this thing. And then all of a sudden, when we're replacing, so all right, so now you have 9 aspects that you can paint. That's 9 people that would mint it. All right, I got 8 punks right there. You're the 9th right there. We can start reaching out to OGs out there. I like diversifying. I want to get out to the Bored Apes. I want to get out to the Me-Bits. I want to get out to anyone. I mean, there's a ton out there. I mean,
How big do these have to be? How big do you think the art has to be?
I'm not going to tell. I'm not
like
the one to tell an artist what to do. That's not my job. That artist can do what they want. If they want to take it and just put it on the door, if they want to do it full blown on the whole side of the thing, I think your address is going to be an art project, and that art project is going to be minted on the blockchain. So when they walk up and they see Crypto Novo 311's door on the face, they're going to say, you know what, the NFT community helped me out. I own this. I have something on my phone that gets me somewhat linked to the blockchain. Maybe one of the walls goes to them, so they can sell one of the walls. And if someone buys the walls, then that's $3,000-$4,000 in their pocket that they can either pay it forward for another shelter. They can pay it to get off the streets. They can pay it to get out of their car. Maybe they're living in their car with their family. The list can go on and on and on. And all it takes is a news story to bring it to life. All it takes is the one right person to find it. And I want to be that voice so people can find it. And right now I'm looking at a blank screen because I'm getting fired up over here.
Yeah, we like this idea. We like this idea because all the attempts to solve poverty and everywhere, it seems like there's just like an old game getting played. And so we want people to be able to access the future. And I'm not very versed with NFTs. Like, I'm really new to this space. This is the first time ever really looking much crypto punkage before, but it seems like this is what's happening. This is what we're doing. And we want to bring everybody, not just the people who have old money or the people who have like privilege now. We want to give everybody a chance to do their thing and to be happy and make more cryptocurrency.
And you know what? Spotted, I have to actually give credit way back to this because this idea actually stemmed from Spotted Bikini and myself brainstorming. I know there's a major lag because there's a storm going over the island, but Spotted Bikini back in the day, and when I say back in the day, this is probably like a month ago, but a month ago in crypto is like maybe 2.5 years right now because the crypto time and space continuum is kind of crazy. She suggested there's an annual beach cleanup on her island, and there's a big man. I'm gonna butcher the name of it, but it's a big for lack of a better term. I'm in the Midwest of in the Midwest, so it's like a barn, but it holds their like big canoes that they take out on around Hawaii, and on the side of it, she's like, why don't we just get like a big Crypto Novo or big Spotted Bikini there, just to kind of gain awareness of the NFT space to help promote island awareness. And I was even thinking like, hey, if it's going to be a big thing where people are cleaning up and helping give out the island, then give something that we mint and then we give to someone who gets the most trash or helps out the most or a random winner. So the idea of putting something on the side of a wall to be minted actually was the brainchild of the Spotted Bikini collab. So my tassel hat off to Spotted Bikini for forward thinking that, and it's all the collaboration in this community.
Thanks, girl.
Yay. That's awesome. Yeah, it looks like she's lagged out, but the concept, it's really cool to hear that origin story because my mind is very. I consider myself like an alternate reality game designer, which Wikipedia it's interesting, but it's interesting like as we kind of like apply these gamification and NFTs and blockchain technology, and then we apply it to like actual real world solutions, especially ones that are bringing awareness to like bioregionalism or local affairs, just things that just need attention but don't often get it, right? So that's what's so beautiful about this project that I saw Robbie and Aaron doing, and there's lots of people involved with what they're doing. It's not just them two. It was massive, huge amounts of volunteers, and in fact, some of the volunteers were homeless themselves, and they actually built their own shelters, which is really cool. But anyways,
Yeah, actually, we got to pay them.
Sure.
Really? That was cool. Yeah. We got a budget from the city to hire people from the site and let them earn an income at a place that, we didn't do background checks. We assumed they were in a situation that was weird because they were coming off the street. But a lot of people can't make money because they're, have whatever history and story going on there. They can't get jobs. So that's another reason why crypto would be so cool for a lot of these people and NFTs is they can't necessarily go out and apply for a job if they have something on their record or, a substance issue, whatever it is. It's cool that there's still, they're kind of left out of a lot of society because of that. And the crypto world is just so inviting and opening. Everybody's part, especially this crowd, seems really community oriented and awesome.
It's a reset.
It seems
It's a reset. It's an equalizer. That's what the best part about it is. They have a chance. Everyone has a chance at it. I myself wasn't. I myself is just a normal live every month by month paycheck family, and if the paycheck doesn't come in that month, we're a step away from being, having to ask for money ourselves. And so I'm almost a living example of getting into CryptoPunks early, seeing the growth in the community and the love in the community, and they natured me and brought me in. Speaking of bringing in, Fran, I'm going to bring you in for an update on your minting. I've noticed on your OpenSeas, I've noticed that there has been no new NFTs minted in there. You're frowning. Don't be upset. It's okay, my friend. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
I was hoping to mint this guy, but yeah, so the transaction's still pending. It has a button to cancel it. I've clicked that. It hasn't done anything. I actually tried doing the same nounce like you mentioned before, and in doing that, there's an error for trying to do that second transaction with the same nounce. So it's stuck at pending, and I don't see it changing anytime too soon, unfortunately.
I'm a big believer that good things happen to good people. You're a good person here. And we did see that zombie get minted just two prior. So maybe this is the moon's aligning for if maybe you can come out and mint another. You'll get the whatever the alpha is out of this group,
Sounds
the
good.
alien ape of this group.
Yeah, worth a shot.
But
have you heard?
You
of
should
this,
be proud. Hey, video game freak, what do you think? He had a tribute piece going on right now. He was live on action with me a month ago. Now he's getting some tribute pieces going on for him.
Legendary. No, so I know Fran is huge sneakerhead, huge collector. So it's awesome to see him get a little bit of a head nod from the project itself. So and just even to take the time that you're still you're sitting there just frustrated because you're just I want this thing so bad.
Yeah, most definitely.
Well, and I just wanted to give you guys, I just got home, so apologies. I'm just, getting switched over to my computer, but really kudos to you guys on the project. I love what you guys are doing with this sort of societal component. I really do think it's prime for being able to have that charitable overlay of the crypto and NFT community. And I'm a huge fan of, sharing art in public places. So the beautification of an otherwise, unfortunate circumstance is definitely an added perk. So I definitely think there's a lot of potential there.
A video game freak says this is kind of like a moving meeting. you know, with your expertise in Discord, how would that work into play in this? I mean, I think that might be something that we could. Is what are your thoughts on that? What a Discord for, you know, just this whole project? What are your thoughts?
Well,
and it could be something we can talk about off air too.
So I think that there's definitely something that, like, a play that could be there, because I mean, you're talking about a community, right? You're talking about people in, you know, trying to elevate their lives to get out of an unfortunate circumstance. And especially when you're talking about, like, wrapping the NFT and crypto communities into the picture.
I'm talking about this. I'm talking about finding, you know, let's see, you have four units. We have, you know, 4 walls inside. We have 4 walls outside. So 4 times 4 times 4. Find that many of people in the NFT area that want to put their work on a wall, on those walls. If it sells NFT or not, at least we have them on some walls for some people. Hopefully,
well, here's
mint
my thing is, like, you can NFT the walls and share the art, and that's one of those things that, in concept, I love it, but I think that people would sincerely back this just to provide a shelter to those that deserve it.
Without the minting of it. But here's the thing: if we get the template of the minting for it, then we can actually give ownership to the people, and that's the brilliant part of it. Yeah. And then that's what I'm thinking. If we have it on a Discord, we have it out there, then who knows? I mean, is there a connection with other cities trending on this? Aaron, is there another, like, Detroit moving? I don't want to get ahead of ourselves and get outside of Olympia here, but I mean, is this something that, you know, can gain traction? I mean, you're someone that, you know, I want to talk to more about off camera, because, you know, Earthworms is just a brilliant idea and concept here that can really help a crap load of people really easily.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. And since we've been on Como, I've gotten calls from, I mean, all the local cities around here in Washington, and also city staff member from Detroit, Tokyo. It's just beginning. So I know, yeah, this is just getting started. And it's going to be a movement in our own realm, and we're pushing it as hard as we can. And I think we've reached that tipping point where it's going to take off. So if we had the ability to accomplish what you're saying with you know, 9 walls and art, at least get the art in the community. That's a big impact. But if it can be, you know,
yeah, we might need to crawl before we run here, but we can dedicate some time to it as a minimum. So what we'll do is we'll try to link up. I'll see if Video Game Freak thinks a Discord would be a good idea for this or not. You know, we can gain some traction on it. Maybe we can just go through Crypto Nova 311 or whoever has the strongest beacon to get this going. I mean, yeah, I think Fran, you even outrank me in the Twitter follower, Fran here. So we're gonna.
I could definitely share on this. Everything like that on Instagram and Twitter. On my Instagram, there's like 52,000 people and stuff like this. So just any way I can help to at least get the word out there, I'm definitely down. So.
I know Spotted Bikini with Lily Fire, they have 50,000 followers. So, I mean, I think if we can get some pretty massive followers on the side, you know, if someone thinks it's a good idea within that circle of friends, the systemic change that we can bring as a community just by possibly meeting once a night and talking about it like we have been doing, could all it take to help others. And it's simple. Where I live in Chicago, there's a tent city. We see it every time we get on off the highway. We're trying to help out as we can. And man, when you're out here in Chicago, and it's honestly, I'm not joking, -40, and the wind is 40 miles per hour off the lake, and they're huddled together like penguins, and they're in those tents like they're on the side of a mountain, and the wind's just howling. Hey, why not a shelter? And if NFT people can help along the way, I'm looking to put my stuff on sides of walls. Why not just put it on the side of a wall for charity, charitable donation? People have nice fat portfolios. Like, you know, they could get their whole OpenSeas account muraled right on the wall with all their fan favorites, all the stuff that they collect from A to Z. They can show it off, get a picture of it, and maybe mint the whole thing, which who knows, they might even buy themselves. So it's organic growth that can just be the circle of life. Look at those shoes. The circle of life that could, just help others along the way.
That's what's up. That's a really amazing way of laying it out. It's NFT community from my experience has been all about community, and you've shown me that, and so many others, and I'm really glad to share space and time with Fran and VG, and I think it's so amazing what we can do if we combine art and NFTs and the revolution of that with the possibilities of these micro shelters. And I'm really looking forward to how the NFT space decides to engage with it. I mean, I can see there's been this total hilarious thing that's been happening on crypto Twitter where the Bored Ape Yacht Club and the CryptoPunks are at war, so to speak. Haha. But it's been kind of this interesting thing that's been happening with the avatar space of who has what kind of avatar, and what kind of cred does that give you. And we saw a digital art chick actually change their avatar, and we've seen a few other quote unquote heavy hitters like Beanie change their avatar, and I'm very curious, I almost want to put it to them and be like, hey, all right, if you want to make this and then we had the Beeple. There was a Beeple of the Meebits versus the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and I was like, oh my god. And then I don't know if anyone saw the Anonymous Nobody spin on that. He's a dope OG CryptoPunk. And anyways, I'll let you explore that on your own. But I really, I'm very curious to see which avatar community might be interested in what we got going on, and to see what if, say we do I think we have Aaron, Robbie, please fill me in on the actual progress of the project. Y'all the leads there. But I believe there's 4 micro shelters that are kind of up for painting and putting at the farmers market. And so I'm really curious to hear from y'all what is possible with these micro shelters. Can we do a CryptoPunk one? What? And then there's the whole other side, which I think Robbie has the beat on for the actual local artists, making sure they get compensated and they get exposure as artists, but then asking them to kind of do this thing would you integrate a CryptoPunk, or would you integrate a Yacht Club ape, and or a Meebit or whatever, and maybe there's this really healthy, beautiful synthetic competition that could emerge. That's just what I'm thinking. I mean, I'm just a gorilla, but that's kind of what I'm thinking, and I'm very curious to see, is that something you're open to as CEO of Earth Homes? Do you want to auction these off and maybe do a competition with artwork, or what's up? Is there 4? What's going on?
Thanks, GC. That I love the notion of inviting local artists, seeing if they're engaged, willing to be engaged in this kind of work, and auctioning it off in a competitive way. I would love to hear some more details on what that would look like, but in a nutshell, yeah. So we have actually 5 extra ones that we made. One of them is going to the farmers market in a couple of weeks, I think 2 weeks, and that it's still in development, so we're still really flexible in how this actually pans out and who's involved in that. So the timing of this conversation is perfect. I know, and this is really Robbie's realm. This is her area of responsibility. I don't want to let her speak to this more, but I know she was having some technical difficulties. I think her laptop died.
I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you. Yeah, we can hear you loud and
Okay.
clear. Go ahead.
Cool. It looks like my face is frozen, so I wasn't sure if I was online. So yeah, we have 5 different shelters. So I don't know if you could tell from the imagery that was on those news articles, but they all have like really bright colors. Like the left side, every wall is a different color, which is kind of a cool canvas to start from. I'm thinking like.
It reminded
I
me
like
of like
the
Caribbean
idea.
Islands or something. You'd see like pictures of Caribbean
Yeah.
Islands, like, very like
Yeah,
lime green and like flamingo pinks and like almost like Easter colors as well, pastels. It was very bright and it made me smile. You know, it was warm, inviting.
Kind of looks like Video Game Freak's background art a little bit. I'm like, okay, I know those colors. Yeah, we wanted something that was going to be uplifting, but not crazy and erratic, you know, like kind of thinking about the psychology behind it a little bit. But so every side is a different color. There's like yellow and green. I like the idea of having one devoted to, we could play with this a lot. We could have like one be a CryptoPunk NFT auction and have like each wall devoted to a different person, and then auction each wall off as like a separate NFT. And I like the competitive auction angle like that, and that could be a really cool way to do it all at once, where like it's not spread out and hard to coordinate as much as like doing a bunch of different shelters per chance. But yeah, the idea is that we were going to have like live painting at the market, and people would come and hang out and watch the artists, and that would be like an attraction in and of itself. And then auction the actual thing off at the end. This was the original idea that we started with when GT came in and was like, hey, why don't we make it virtual? And I was like, oh shit, you're right. So what was the question? I'm dehydrated.
So no, you're fine. Like I like that idea, and maybe that's how you get the ball started. Is you start off with the aspect of maybe selling it before it gets minted. You know, I mean, maybe we have the live street art on there for it. The person who purchases it, you know, maybe they pay. That gets paid for to maybe pay for another shelter if you get a high enough bid on it. But also with the capabilities of this might be an investment in giving someone the full capabilities of owning that property in the future with the, you know, with the blockchain technology. And I think that's the next aspect that you pull in any press release. We're putting this out there because we want people to own it using the blockchain technology. And they're going to think that's brilliant. And that's what's going to get the, hopefully even outside of the regional press, the national press. Or, you know, maybe fencing into Seattle and then Detroit, you know, and it's just a brilliant idea. And then that's where you get the traction. And that's where you get some of the bigger names coming out there. And, you know, who knows? Maybe then you do get like a Gary Vee who to put his name on the side of one of these things. Or you get a people to put one of his blessing on the side of one of these things.
Yeah, I love it.
With the sort of with the friendly competition of like having 4 available, I love the idea of targeting some of these, you know, like in and of themselves massive communities and having sort of a friendly competition. I think that doing almost auction style and doing a pay it forward, there's only so many walls available, right? Mm-hmm. And seeing which of those communities would bid up the highest to pay for the most of these homes to then be built. Like you can have, you know, the 4 outer walls, and the community that bids up theirs to the highest is going to then build that many more homes to be built. Like, or even for the one with the local artists, allowing them to do the walls in their style.
So how about this? How about this, Video Game Freak? How about within the Discord, we set up different rooms for the walls? And whoever has the largest bids on the walls, the people, it almost be like a DAO. So if 10 board 8 Bored Ape owners want to put in an Ethereum a piece, then their 10 Bored Apes are going to go up on that wall, and that wall is going to cost 10 Ethereum. Try to beat them. And then it could be one CryptoPunk owner that can go up there and like, hey, I'll put 11 on one CryptoPunk on this wall. Or it can be two CryptoPunk owners saying, hey, I'm going to put 5 and 5.5 and 5.5 Ethereum a piece on the wall for another wall. So they actually have to prepay for the walls to be put up on it.
Well, and I love that there's such an opportunity. Like, I think no matter what idea, resonates in the end, like there's such an opportunity to cross, these, this societal component to make a real social change off of like supporting a local community, via the crypto and NFT space. And no matter what avenue I think we approach, there's just such an opportunity here. There's so many ideas that we can bounce off of that we can really make something happen. No matter what avenue we go down, I think we all have these, so many ideas that there's so many, options for us to go. There's a huge opportunity here.
How about we do this next Sunday? Because we're going to talk about a minting. I just saw something live action that just popped up on my screen. Next Sunday, how about we meet again as a group, and it'll almost be like a live meeting. I mean, we have nothing to hide. If someone wants to steal this concept, hey, more power to them, because they're solving the problem for us. But what I'm hoping to do is get, maybe 5 or 6 more eyes a piece on this, start spreading the word. Maybe we find some people that will film it in live action, shot it, and they'll just do it for free out of the goodness of their heart. I know GT said he had a couple photographers that might be interested in filming it or taking pictures and doing a time lapse of the painting of the walls. So maybe we set that up for next week. We're trying to find an artist for that. So then in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, when the farmers market comes, we have regional artists that can get there. I know there's platforms out there. Rary's not one of them, but I believe on OpenSea you can divide up how you separate earnings on sales through NFTs. If not, there's 2 or 3 other platforms that have really low gas prices that we can hit up as well. So I'll do my research on that. But I want to get back to Fran here, because I think, if my eyes serve me right, why don't you talk to us? What's the latest and greatest?
So someone in the comments said, you should, update the gas fee or whatever, which I actually did earlier. It didn't do anything, but this time it worked. It worked instantly when I did that. And so he meant it, and maybe you can pull him up right there.
Oh my gosh!
I was able to get.
I just thought. Hold on. Good. I told you good things would happen to good people.
So I haven't actually checked out the trait. So obviously he's a zombie, but I don't know.
Dude, you wanted one of these bad. I'm so happy that it just flaked out for you for that couple of minutes. The Jumbler aligned, the moon's aligned for you. Look at this. You got this beautiful 143 zombie right here. Brains out and open.
Yeah, that's awesome. Maybe we check out the properties. I haven't even seen the properties yet, so I don't even know.
All right. Are you buckled in? I mean, does that chair you have a seat out there?
Just to chime in real quick, the fact that you had the foreshadowing of saying earlier the aliens, apes, and zombies, and then it's a zombie that you mint, that's so great.
Yeah, definitely.
That's so cool.
All right, Fran, we're gonna. I don't know if it needs a drum roll or not. We're gonna take a nice look at this again. It is a brains out zombie here. Brains out. We're gonna see the property factor. Booms, a pink hoodie. Oh, you didn't even notice that pink hoodie at 2%. Holy cow! It's the warm background, a 6% zombie with the pink hoodie as a trait. Not too many pink hoodies have a trait. There's your beautiful being right there. Oh man.
Awesome. Nice. I'm glad I got to do it here on stream too. I didn't think it was gonna go through. I thought we'd have to hold it to another week, but here it goes. So that's awesome.
The anticipation builds. You know what? Maybe the zombie. Maybe we'll figure something out. Maybe the zombie will be on the side of a minted shelter. I'm almost even thinking like a collage. Get a collage of people that want to put a collage of their stuff on the side of the shelter. There's many directions that we can go with this. People in the comments are enjoying what they're seeing. I'm enjoying what they're seeing. The help from the community is what's gonna take this going. We're gonna run it down in a circle. I think we'll Spotted Bikini. There was a storm going over the island, so she got cut off here. But I appreciate her presence in this space, in this community. We're gonna keep her going loud and proud. GT Press, we're gonna hold off to the end to say bye to him because he might be tied up with something at the moment with a phone call or something like that. But Fran, how about you tell us how you're feeling with your newly minted Gulu right here?
I'm excited. I have the 1 of 1. I have the little skeleton guy and now the zombie as well. I feel like, you can't really beat that. I feel like I got really lucky with the mintings, and it's an awesome looking project, and we'll see how it goes. But I'm definitely happy with my little batch right there, my little army. So yeah.
Collector extraordinaire. Actually, Fran, Wednesday I'm going to be going to a friend. He has a toy and comic book shop right around the corner from me. He just started live streaming. He's selling somewhere between $8,000 and $10,000 worth of goods every Wednesday. I'm going to get linked in with him. I want to see what I can do to help him out with using this AR filter. I'm thinking maybe that's the avenue you and I maybe explore next. But hey, Fran, it's been good. We're going to talk to you. We're going to talk to you more. Thanks again. Anything happening, I'm going to have some more free time this week. Hook it up. Link me up. I'll talk to you soon, Fran.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Love the collection too, man. Keep collecting. Mega collector right here, Fran. Thank you very much. All right, GT
cool.
Press. We're going to go GT Press. You back, my friend?
Yeah. I just really want to give a shout out to Fran. That's super cool. The zombie and it was exciting to see like a mint happen on stream, and I love seeing creatives, do their awesome stuff in the midst of it. Like you were saying earlier, all of the NFT, the crypto world, they just move at light speed, and like a year in crypto is like a week in regular time. So I'm really interested in what VG Freak has got going on with their what they're doing. I haven't encountered their work before, but it sounds like they're really on top of possible,
I mean, he is the Discord king. I mean, everything that there's a Discord, it seems like his fingers on the touch. That's why I connect with him a lot, because I don't have the time. And that's the awesome thing about this space and community, is the fact that you do need to use Twitter to keep in touch. You do need to use Discords to get in touch. And a lot of people reach out to me, extend the olive branch to me. So I want to get the word out on cool projects. He's finding the cool projects because, heck, people are coming to him to build these Discords. And you know what? One of these days, I mean, you should just have a flat fee for opening up a Discord service. GT Freak, why don't you come in with your Discord knowledge? So and anything else to say before we maybe move on to next week here?
Well, I appreciate the love. I would call myself definitely not an expert, but coming from the gaming background, I'm more than well versed in Discord and community building and stuff like that. So I consider myself a builder, an operator, not yet a minted artist, but maybe soon enough. And I just wanted to give you guys props. I love the conversation. I love the charitable aspect. I love the incorporation of crypto and the NFT space with the project. So really, really looking forward to continuing the conversation. And I'll definitely do what I can to get us a Discord set up so we can keep talking.
So like and subscribe here. I don't know, maybe this Discord will just go on Crypto Nova 311. I don't have much in there. I had something for shoes back in the day, but I don't know. You're the pro at it. I just sit here and talk on screen and hopefully try to find good collectors with good artists. That's my main purpose. That's my main goal here. And if all it takes is to use a platform where we talk and communicate together, that can create a lot of good things for a lot of people. Good people. Aaron, anything to say before we depart for this evening here? Aaron might be off right now, offline. I think there is something in the private message there. GT Press, last thoughts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. First off, I really want to give mad props to you and thank you, because what you're doing in the space, behind the scenes, but also right here on the screen, you're facilitating, you're, weaving connections, you're being the idea maker, the person that's pushing forward the conversation. So mad props to you. I do a lot of similar things, and I really respect what you're doing. So thank you for making this conversation happen. I'm excited to have been connected to people locally, and then like kind of like reel them into the whole like, hey, check out this weird crypto Twitter stuff and NFTs, like woo. And it's been really fun, honestly, to be like I know this is crazy, but check out all the awesome stuff that's happening on crypto Twitter. Like anonymous nobody did a fundraiser today for teachers, and really, I think it's just the beginning. I think it's just the beginning of profound social purpose driven change that's funded by the NFT and crypto community. I mean, like, I love that all the Bitcoin maxis going to Miami and doing their thing, blah, blah, blah. But, honestly, I really love the NFT community and what they're doing, because while that's happening, there's Anonymous Nobody doing like amazing charity work. We're trying to do charity work here, and there's plenty of other projects out there like Justin Aversano, who's obviously huge on Sotheby's, and like major props to him. He was actually my first crypto Twitter follower. It was super cool to actually have him follow me. And he engaged me. He's very much a community based person, and so they're donating the profits. Justin's donating to support with Seven's grant, which you just pulled up on screen. And I think that's just really amazing work that's being done in the community, and that there's more and more and more of that to be done. We're so lucky as crypto Twitter people to NFTs community, NFT hype squad, to like find out about Earth Homes and to prop them up. And I'm really excited to see how the smart contracts evolve, how the the innovation in the NFT space evolves, because we saw our first real estate minted as an NFT, as in like the property deed. We a while back we saw the house being minted as like an image, and now we might have property deeds of these micro shelters minted as NFTs, along with community collaboration, and it's fire. That is so freaking cool. So
and that's that's going to be the selling point. If we can get this done, that's going to be the whole selling point of this, of what I'm trying to do and promote, is the NFT to the mainstream. And once mainstream gets wind of this, like, oh, what is an NFT? What is blockchain? What is this? What is this? This is what it is. This is the physical being the micro shelters, meeting the digital, meaning, you're owning the ownership of it on the blockchain, meeting reality that we're actually making systemic changes, which it could be simple with wealth distribution. And it doesn't even need to be at multiple levels. We're talking about hundreds of dollars. And if this goes on and you can do it, and we can be the first to outline this is going to be systemic changes in multiple layers. Think of all the crap you cut out with not having paperwork for having transactions in real estate. Think of how much money and time is wasted through that. And you're giving the people on the bottom a chance. Robbie brought it up earlier. She says some people might have some dirt on their background. Well, this is a good reset button. This could give them ownership. Some people can't get credit because of maybe things that they had happened in the past. I'm not going to excuse what may or may have not have done, but some of this technology could help someone in that situation that does want to make an improvement. If not, it's showing them, hey, you know what? People are out there trying to make a change. And if it's the NFT community trying to make the change, and if we get a little competition going, then people are going to have more eyes coming to the NFT community saying, you know what? They're trying to do it. They're trying to do it right, and they're trying to do it the right way. Who's next? All right, boys. We're going to cut the stream off here because any longer, I want to save the good stuff. We'll touch base during this week. GT Press, thank you very much for coming on. Thanks for the idea. Let's keep this going. Video Game Freak, thanks for coming on. Thanks for the idea. this is all of our ideas, not just mine. All I'm doing is sitting here talking. And Aaron, thank you very much. I don't know if you're on or not. If you want to say hi or bye, I'll toss your face on screen here, but you're texting in the private chat. So thank you very much. Good stuff. Cool people trying to do good things. I appreciate the time and effort in it. Robbie, you're in there as well. We have your 9-line feline friend right there. So we're all in this together. If we can just each of us maybe dedicate a little bit of time. I don't know why Robbie's not coming in there. If we can all just dedicate a little bit of time together, we'll be good to go. Because we are all in this together trying to make this world a better place. So
Yeah.
Word.
with that being said, this is Crypto Novo 311. Like I like to say, stay positive and love life. Peace.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for having us.
That was wonderful. Thank you.